everyone, welcome to New Bear. Today we're going to look at Ruth Perry's balanced double stitch. This is great for large counts as it's a very solid, very sturdy stitch. It gives a strong structure and definition to our work. The balanced double stitch has 4 loops over the core thread while the double stitch has only 2. This affects the way the stitch sits on the core thread, giving the double stitch more of an angle than the balanced double. This in turn affects the way our stitches behave. When we try to work a lot of stitches side by side, that angle plays a huge part in the amount of stitches we can do. So long chains in double stitch are going to twist and curl up while our rings are going to buckle and twist. That's the nature of the double stitch because of the angle that it's sitting on the core thread. The balanced double stitch is basically the same as a regular double stitch. It still has a first half and a second half component. We're simply wrapping our core thread twice before flipping our stitch. So for the first half of our stitch, wrap your hand, we go under and over, under and over, flip your stitch and pull it up. For the second half, we're going over and under, over and under, flip and pull it up. Have a play when making your rings. Because we're wrapping twice, you might find that your tension needs to be a little bit looser to be able to pull your thread through. It can be quite tight if you're trying to open your ring for more thread, and can be even harder to pull the ring closed. So if you're a tight tatter, if you're struggling to change your tension, or maybe you don't like the look of a looser tension, there's a couple of things you can do to make it easier to pull this thread through. So when you have 3 or 4 stitches on the start of your ring, pull a fair bit of thread off. Then wrap your hand as if you're going to do a chain. This way you can still work the ring, but we have all this thread down here that we can pull through as we need it. Okay, I have 65 stitches on my ring. Now, even though I have loosened my tension to make these stitches, I'm not going to be able to pull that tight very successfully. So another way you can do that is to ease the stitches through the core thread. Doing a little bit at a time and distributing the pressure throughout the ring. Now, if you're thinking of using the balanced double stitch but your pattern doesn't call for it, just keep in mind that any work made using this stitch is going to be twice the size of something made using the double stitch. It's also going to be thicker. My ring on the left is 65 balanced double stitches. My ring on the right is 65 double stitches. So your stitch count might be exactly the same, but remember that the balanced double is wrapped twice. Hope you've enjoyed the video. See you next time.